Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You're going to use 2 of the signs, the eggs, Easter signs. What we're going to do is remove the backing, the stick. You'll notice that I couldn't remove it, so I just broke it off. I decided to do something different with it. Next, you're going to go ahead and sand all the glitter. Try to sand off as much as you can. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to paint it off. You just want a clean surface. You just keep sanding. It takes a while, at least the way I wanted it. Now you just wipe it clean, take off all the dust, and you start painting the color of your choice. I'm going to use the light brown and dark brown. You don't need a lot. Just go ahead and paint at least 1 coat. And then set it aside and let it dry. You can paint any color. I mean, I thought about painting this pink, but after deciding on what I was going to do with it, I went ahead and went for my natural tones because that's what my Easter theme is going to be in my kitchen. And then you're going to need the wiring baskets. I love these baskets. Go ahead and just cut the bottom off. It's really easy to cut with these little scissors in the garden section. You can get them at the Dollar Tree as well. Once you cut it all off, flip half of the bottom part to kind of make an opening. It's going to look like a basket once you're done. See? You should wear gloves. You'll notice that I'm going to put gloves on in a minute, at least one hand, because I cut myself. But see, there you go. You just go ahead and play with it and stretch it out. This basket, you can kind of pull it apart and stretch it out, and it makes it wider. Once it's dry, we're going to put a second coat of the light brown on top of that. I'm putting a thin coat because I want some of the brown, dark brown to seep through. And just go ahead and paint an even coat as well, and then just set it aside and dry. The second egg, we're going to do the same thing, but we're just going to do the light brown, not the dark brown. This is one of the little frames that you can find, and this one is just the one I had that I wasn't going to use anymore. Just remove the sticker, and I'm going to sand it down and paint it as well. This is going to be for one of the projects that we're making today. I decided to go ahead and paint it the same color as the egg, just to make it an even tone. Just one color. I didn't want 2 different colors on this project. Okay, so once the egg is dry, we're letting those dry. We're going to go ahead and work on the basket. You need some moss. This is just my little container of moss that I have. I like to pull it apart and put it in one of these little Tupperware containers that I purchased at Dollar Tree as well. And then you're going to need the jute twine and some, you're going to go ahead and put hot glue on the basket, the bottom part, and then just glue the moss. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just continue and glue it. I'm just trying to put it on all the little wiring. And then just going to stick a whole bunch of moss at one time, just so whatever sticks, sticks. Once you're done, you just work with it, kind of tighten it up, and then you just trim it. You don't have to trim it perfect again, just trim a little bit of it. Or you can leave it the way it is, it's up to you. It's supposed to be more of an organic, natural look. We're going to go ahead and put glue on top of what you call a handle, I guess you could say, of the basket. And then we're going to put moss on that as well. Doesn't have to be perfect, like I said, just a little bit. And then shake it all off. I usually put hairspray on it so it can stay, so it won't fall all over the place. Then after that, go ahead and get the 2 jute twines, the pink, the green and brown, and just outline the basket. Then you go ahead and outline the bottom part. And I'm going to wrap it around the handle as well. Just cut a good amount so you don't have to worry about it. It'll make it easier for you to twist it around. And then you just glue the bottom part. You can go around it as many times as you want. But I just went around it once. I kind of wanted the moss to stand out more. I just didn't want the white to show as much of the lining. And whatever's left, you can make a bow or twist it. So what I did was I just twisted it around the handle again. Just play with it and work as long as you know whatever you like. Then I'm going to get some of this and go ahead and hot glue it in the middle of your basket or wherever you want, and just kind of twist it around. I want it to look like a nest, a bird's nest, so just play with it and put it wherever you can. When you're done with that, you set it aside, and then I'm getting my egg again and just painting little lines just to make it look more rustic. Then you add the basket to it, and I'm putting some eggs, birds, and some succulents. Once you decide where you're going to put everything, what I did was set it aside, and then I started painting the eggs again because I wanted it to be more of a natural look. Then I added everything with glue to the basket, the succulents, the bird, and the eggs. Here what I'm doing is I'm going to cut the stick that I broke off so I can glue it to the back like a picture frame. And I'll show you guys in a minute how I glue that. There you go. And just set it aside and let it dry. The next project we're going to do, again with that basket, we're going to draw a heart or any design you want, just 2 of them of the same shape. So I'm drawing a heart. And then just cut it out. I thought about making another basket for this, but I have more of a country feel too in my kitchen, so I wanted to kind of play with that as well. So just go ahead and cut the 2 pieces. And the top row, there's 9 little diamond shapes. What I did was just cut the middle one off. You can see it right there. I did the same to both. That's just scrap. Then I'm just going to go ahead and shape it into a heart. Just pull it apart. Like I said, this basket you can pull apart really easily, stretch it to make it wider. So I'm just kind of rounding it out and shaping it the way I want it. It's kind of like that. And I glued it at first. I was going to glue the heart together, but it wouldn't stick as well as I wanted it to. So I went ahead and got some twine and went ahead and kind of worked it through like a needle and thread. And I loved it better this way. I have more ideas and some projects that I want to make this way. But you just go ahead and twist it around as many times as you want. I went around it twice. And then there you go. You just go ahead and make a knot or whatever with the leftover. Cut it off. And what I'm doing there, since I was working with it, I kind of flattened it and I wanted it to be more puffy. And then with the hook, I'm just going to screw it on top of the egg to hang my heart shape. And to match the other basket, the other egg, I'm going to use some moss and glue onto the heart, half of the heart, just to give it more of that organic feel also. You can cover all the heart if you wanted to. That would be really cute too, but I wanted to put some succulents and stuff and people to see the actual wiring. I like the way the heart looked with that wire. the basket. So I went ahead and just made half of it moss. And just trim up the moss, and then with the succulents, if you can tell, the succulent was too big. So what I decided to do is cut the middle part of the succulent just to make it smaller. And they're not too hard to do. So just go ahead and cut a piece off that you like. I just cut the center off and then glued it onto the heart. And since I used 2 succulents in the other one, the other egg, I decided to go ahead and use 2 in this one. So again, I just cut the small center of the succulent and glued it onto the heart. And there you go. And then I'm just hanging it to the hook that we put on the egg. And I just put some glue so it wouldn't, roll around as much. Then I got some twine and went ahead and put it, some raffia, and went ahead and put a bow in the bottom of the heart as well. And I like pulling it apart just to shred it to make it look more fuller, I guess you could say, the bow. Then you just trim off the excess and arrange it to where you like it, and there you go. I didn't know what to put in the bottom. I know I wanted to put something, so you might see that I have some bunnies, some wooden bunnies, but I didn't like that. So I decided to get one of the foam bunnies that you can purchase at Dollar Tree on the stick, cut it in half, and then covered each section with moss. And then I put a stick to make it look like a little shelf on the bottom. And I was going to leave the popsicle stick natural, but I didn't like the way it looked. Kind of looked odd, so I went ahead and painted that. And here I'm putting in the little black dot eyes that come with the bunny, putting them back. Then I'm going to add, like I said, I painted it here, Went ahead and painted the stick, the popsicle stick. And then just to give it difference, from a boy to a girl, I added a flower to one of the bunnies. With the picture frame that we painted, just cut a little piece in the middle, the center, and I'm going to stick the stick in there. Glued it to the height you like. I just cut a piece off, and then the extra piece that I did cut off, I'm gluing it to the back just to give it more balance and security. You'll see that it helps out a lot so it can stay. And there you go. And here is like I forgot the little bunny tails, so I just got some more raffia and just wrapped it around and made a little tail for each one of them.